Jabee Williams, sitting right next to me. It's been a minute since you've been back here.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good. Well, the very last shot that we saw there in the music video, since it's been a minute, we should probably go ahead and bring this up. You have a gorgeous little daughter, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Well, tell me a little bit about her.
Man, her name is Sailor Rose, and she's always smiling, always happy. Just started walking, so she's 10 months. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. I can't even explain it. Like I haven't been the same since. So.
Yeah, I'm sure, and we have a couple of pictures of her. She's absolutely gorgeous. You put pictures of her on your Instagram if anyone's following. But it's kind of cool that she was able to be in this music video.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole message behind this video and the song, kind of an anti-bullying message, kind of fits in right now with what's going on in the world, actually. But how has that message really kind of taken a bigger impact on you after having a daughter?
Really, because I just know that, like especially being in school, because kids are mean, and I know that one day, because when we were picking her name, I'm thinking, man, we got to have a name that people can't make fun of and things like that. But because I know, we got made, our names got butchered in school. But I don't know, it's like you think about all that, just like down to the last detail. I mean, like, it sucks that you gotta think about your kid's name, because in school one day they might get made fun of,
Yeah,
You can't just name them what you want to name them.
Absolutely.
But I don't know, man. It affects all that.
Now, when people think of rap and maybe they haven't actually heard your music, and somebody tells them, hey, there's this guy, he's local, his name's Jabee, he's a rap artist. And if they aren't really into it, they might be thinking, man, that music's gonna be loud and obnoxious and vulgar and stuff like that. That's not what your music is about. Yeah. And this song actually really sends that home. So why did you want to focus this song? It kind of has your own sort of life story in it as well, but it's got this anti-bullying message. Why did you want to bring that out?
Really, whenever I wrote the song, because I've always had that idea, I always wanted to do it and tell, because to me, it was always funny. I would tell, friends or like girls I meet, man, like, yeah, I was 11, this girl called me ugly, and tell them the story. But whenever I wrote it, I didn't even think, this is an anti-bullying message. Whenever we did the video and I watched the video, I was like, man, these kids getting bullied. And then the kid in the video is my nephew. And so like watching him, I'm like feeling for him, So I didn't even realize until after we did the video and I saw, the story, and I was like, man, like that, like that's what kids go through every day, and some kids they may go through that, and they may grow up and write a song about it. Some kids may go through it and take that anger out in some other way.
I know that you try and be a good role model even for the younger generations, but what was it like being able to go back to like the Taft Middle School and these different places and do speaking engagements on stuff like that? It
was good because I went to those same schools, grew up in the same neighborhood, and I see a lot of kids that remind me of me. I see a lot of kids who remind me of kids that I went to school with, like the little girl in the video, like the main girl. She goes to Taft, and she's one of those girls that all the guys like and stuff like that. And even before the video, I knew her just from working in the schools and stuff like that. And I would always tell her, if you're that popular and people like you, you have a responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, people are watching you. You have a responsibility. You're responsible for the things you do and the things you say and how they affect people. So if you call somebody ugly, that's a big deal. If you're making fun of the way someone dresses, that's a big deal. Because I got made fun of the way I dressed because I didn't have the coolest shoes or, nicest clothes or name brand. Like, when we were growing up, it was like name brand everything.
Yeah.
So, it's big. And it still goes on. For us, it was that. For them, it's a whole lot of other stuff too. So.
It's a very, very cool message. Very cool that you're getting involved, or that you are involved in the younger generations also. But let's talk a little bit about the party going on this weekend. We're releasing this song and the on vinyl.
Yeah.
First 20 people through the door actually get a free copy.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this is happening at the Conservatory on Saturday. You have an insane amount of bands opening up that night as well. So, and it's all ages.
Yes, ma'am.
How cool is that? So tell us a little bit more about the song and about how it was made and about the music video. We have a lot of the shots from Facebook that you guys put up of the behind the scenes making of. So tell us a little bit about that.
Really with the song itself, it's produced by a guy named LP. He's from Brooklyn, New York. And that's just a guy I've been, a fan of since I was 15. And, I met someone who knew him and so on and so forth. And, Twitter, emails, everything, it just happened. And it worked out. And actually the original name of the song was called Super Ugly. And then he was like, we should name it something else. And so we named it Stephanie. And he just, he just helped me a lot. So I was like, I have this opportunity with this one song, with this great producer who has a huge name in the hip hop world. I got to make it as big as I can. So I said, I'm gonna do a video, like a real video, an awesome video, and I want to release it like in a exclusive way. And so everybody does CDs, everybody does MP3s. I was like, man, I got to do a vinyl. So that's what we did.
Very, very cool. Well, it looks like you guys had a lot of fun shooting. And I was gonna ask who the young you was and it's your nephew. He looks like a little ham.
Yeah, he was. What's funny is it's like I didn't even know he had that in him, like for real. Because I remember when we first started shooting, I picked him up the night before, stayed the night at my house, and I was kind of nervous, like, man, he might not be able to pull this off. But when I had Sailor there the whole day. And so in between like shooting and stuff, we were sitting down, like this scene right here, we were shooting at my friend's house. And so we were sitting down, I had to go pick up the little girl who does the Stephanie part. And so I sat Sailor down with him and I said, here, watch her real quick, I'll be right back. And so I come back and like, he's like trying to hand her off, like thinking like Emmy right now, he's just like
he's
at
just
work.
ready to go.
And so, man, they even said Steve, who works with kids all the time, like actors, like real actors, he said he's never worked with a kid that was just so on point. So,
that's pretty cool.
I'll probably use them again for something else.
That's very cool. So once again, you're making a name for Oklahoma, obviously, in the rap world. So we appreciate that, absolutely. But I just saw a quote that I hadn't heard yet or seen on your website, but it's by Chuck D from Public Enemy. Jabee's music has the potential to change the world.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's real cool. I didn't even know that he had heard my music. I was picking up a friend one night, and a friend of mine from LA tweeted to me. He's like, dang, Chuck D, plays your knows who you are, and I was like, nah. So I'm like scrolling through my timeline, and I didn't see like an @ to me from Chuck D, and so I just searched my name, and sure enough, Chuck D had tweeted my name, and he has a radio show, and it was like a Beastie Boys. Anniversary show or something like that, like a big thing for the Beastie Boys. And he was like, I'm starting my show off with music from Jabee. And then, so when we listened to the show, he was like, man, this guy from Oklahoma, I watched his videos, this kid can change the world with his music one day. And I was just like, dang, like that's Chuck D, And so ever since then, he keeps up with me, and just, if you got anything new, send to me, and still bumps my music, on his shows and stuff. So, I love it. Like, I'm just a kid from Oklahoma City, so I'm bugging out.
It's really cool. We obviously love that you're from Oklahoma. So thank you for doing what you're doing. Keep doing it. Thank you for coming out today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you want more information, go to the website iamjb.me. Here is his vinyl. Make sure you get it. It's right here. Go over here. Yep. Make sure you get it. But release party this weekend at the Conservatory on Saturday. Brent.